Ryan Miller is an American goaltender who is currently playing for the Vancouver Canucks of the National Hockey League. Miller was drafted 138th overall by the Buffalo Sabres in the 1999 NHL Entry Draft. In 2010 he won the Vezina Trophy as the league's best goaltender. He was selected to play for the U.S. hockey team in the 2010 Winter Olympic Games in Vancouver, BC, Canada, as starting goaltender. He won a silver medal with the team and was named MVP of the tournament. 4 years later he was selected for the 2014 Winter Olympics and served as the backup to Jonathan Quick. In July 2014, Miller became a free agent, as the St. Louis Blues chose to re-sign Brian Elliott to a 3-year contract, thus giving Elliott the starting role. Miller is known for his hybrid style of goaltending. He is also the older brother of current Detroit Red Wings winger Drew Miller. Early life, Miller grew up in East Lansing, Michigan. In youth hockey, Miller originally played as a forward. However, Miller became frustrated with the poor play of his team's goalie, so he begged his coach as well as his father, Dean Miller, to let him try it out. His father told him that if he could get 2 goals and 3 assists the next game he would buy Ryan a catching glove. Miller finished the game with 2 goals and 3 assists in the win. His brother Drew Miller is currently a forward for the Red Wings and 3 cousins all played in the NHL. All 5 attended Michigan State University. He played goal for the Spartans for 4 years. Playing career, college. As a college player for the Michigan State University Spartans, Miller set an NCAA record with 26 career shutouts and was the winner of the Hobey Baker Award in 2001, when he led the country in wins, winning percentage, save percentage, goals against average and shutouts. Miller played outdoors in the Cold War a game between Michigan and Michigan State held in 2001. Miller was the 2001 Big Ten Jesse Owens Men's Athlete of the Year. Miller became only the second Spartan in history to win the Hobey Baker Award and only the second goaltender. He was the CCHA's Goaltender of the Year all 3 of his seasons in East Lansing, and was the league's overall MVP twice. 10 members of Miller's family, including his grandfather, father, uncle, 5 cousins, and his younger brother Drew, have played college hockey for the Spartans. His cousin Kip Miller won the Hobey Baker in 1990. Miller was a close friend of Buffalo Bills fullback and fellow MSU alumnus Jihu Korkrick. Buffalo Sabres. After 3 seasons with Michigan State, Miller moved to the American Hockey League, where he played for the Sabres affiliate the Rochester Americans from the 2002-03 season until the 2004-05 season. During the 2002-03 season he played 15 regular season games for Buffalo. In the 2004-05 season, he won 41 games for the Americans, tying Jerry Cheever's record. He finished that season with a 2.45 GAA. In 2004-05, the Americans were the North Division and regular season champions in the American Hockey League. They lost in the division finals against a powerful Manitoba team. Miller finished the 2005-06 season by establishing himself as the starting goalie for the Sabres. He ranked 11th among NHL goalies with a 2.60 GAA, and 9th with a save percentage of .914. Miller led the Sabres to a surprise season, winning 30 games and advancing to the conference finals. After the 2005-06 season, Miller became a restricted free agent and waived his right to arbitration. Mike Liat, Miller's agent, continued to negotiate with the Sabres through the summer. On September 8, 2006, the Sabres announced that they had re-signed Miller to a 3-year contract. The 2006-07 season would prove a successful one. In his first season starting with the number 1 job, Miller and his team won the first 10 games in a row. Miller was voted the starting goaltender for the Eastern Conference of the 2007 NHL All-Star Game. In a 12-9 loss, Miller played the first period and allowed 3 goals. Miller also gained a reputation of a shootout specialist with his technique of challenging the shooter outside the crease. That season he was 10-4 in shootouts, with Martin Brodeur of the New Jersey Devils being his closest rival at 10 wins and 6 losses. In 63 games played that season, Miller posted a .911 SVP and a .272 GAA, backing a more offensively oriented team. In the postseason of that year, the Sabres advanced to their second conference finals in as many years, losing to the Ottawa Senators in 5 games. Miller posted a .922 SVP and 2.22 GAA in the playoffs. On October 11, the Sabres won their second home game of the 2007-08 season with a 6-0 win over the Atlanta Thrashers. Miller had the shutout, stopping 20 shots in a game following the death of his 18-year-old cousin, Matt, who had died the Monday before of a complication with a bone marrow transplant. At the close of the game, Miller raised his stick to the home crowd in tribute and received star honors for his effort in net. Miller's current helmet design has the words "Matt Man" on the back in remembrance. On January 1, 2008, Miller played with the Sabres in the AMP Energy NHL Winter Classic, which was the first outdoor NHL game to be held in the United States. The game was played at Ralph Wilson Stadium, home to the Buffalo Bills, in Orchard Park, New York. The Sabres lost in a shootout to the Pittsburgh Penguins, but Miller only allowed 1 goal in regulation. On March 28, 2008, Miller played in his 73rd game of the season, breaking the Sabres franchise record for most games played in a season, passing Grant Fuhr, Dominique Horek and Martin Biron. Miller finished the season with 76 games played, recording a 2.64 GAA and a .906 SVP. On July 18, 2008, Miller signed a 5-year contract extension worth $31.25 million with the Sabres. The contract took effect at the start of the 2009-10 season. Miller suffered a high-end ankle sprain on February 22, 2009, in a game against the New York Rangers, which kept him out of action until late March. Despite Miller's strong 34-18-6 record during the 2008-09 NHL season, the Sabres narrowly missed out on qualifying for a playoff berth. Miller's popularity in both Buffalo and for U.S. hockey has spawned several nicknames, including Miller Time, while the Toronto media has nicknamed him the Leaf Killer. Ryan Miller for his excellent success against one of the Sabres' top rivals, the Toronto Maple Leafs. In the 2009-10 NHL season, Miller played exceptionally, with a GAA of under 2.00 before the Olympic break. He finished the season with a 2.22 GAA and a .929 SV%. He led the Buffalo Sabres to a Northeast Division title and posted 41 wins, breaking his former record of 40 wins posted in 2006-07. His play became even more popular around the U.S. after being nominated for the Vezina Trophy for the league's best goaltender. On June 23, 2010, in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the 2010 NHL Award ceremony, Miller was announced as the winner of the 2010 Vezina Trophy, beating New Jersey Devils goaltender Martin Brodeur and Phoenix Coyotes goaltender Ilya Bryzgalov. That same night, Miller also became the first American player to win the NHL Foundation Player Award. Late in the 2010-11 NHL season, on March 29, 2011, during a game against the Toronto Maple Leafs, despite finishing the game in a 4-3 losing cause, Miller suffered what was later reported to be an upper body injury. Initial speculation on the specifics of Miller's injury ranged from a concussion resulting from a Brian Rolston shot that rang off his mask, to a bruised collarbone from a Dion Phaneuf shot. On February 4, 2012, Miller surpassed Dominique Hasek as the franchise leader in career wins with 235 in a 4-3 shootout win against the New York Islanders at Nassau Coliseum. Miller accomplished this feat in 6.5 years as the starting goaltender for Buffalo, while it took Hasek 9 years. The 2012-13 NHL season did not go well for the Sabres as they finished 12th in the Eastern Conference and failed to qualify for the playoffs for the second consecutive year. Miller finished the season with a 2.81 GAA and a .915 save percentage. St. Louis Blues. On February 28, 2014, Miller and Steve Ott were traded to the St. Louis Blues in exchange for Jaroslav Halak, Chris Stewart, William Carrier, and 2 future draft picks. He would make his Blues debut along with Steve on March 3, stopping 23 shots in a 4-2 victory over the Phoenix Coyotes. After falling in the first round of the 2014 Stanley Cup playoffs to the defending 2013 Stanley Cup champion the Chicago Blackhawks, Miller's future became unknown. On May 19, 2014, the Blues signed Brian Elliott to a 3-year contract. Soon after, the Blues general manager Doug Armstrong stated that Brian will team up with Jake Allen next season to form a goaltending tandem. Vancouver Canucks. Miller became an unrestricted free agent on July 1, 2014 and signed a 3-year $18 million contract with the Vancouver Canucks. International play. As a member of the Sabres, Miller was made a reserve for Team USA at the 2006 Winter Olympics in Turin, but did not play. Miller was selected as starting goalie for the United States hockey team in the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver. Miller led the team to a perfect 5-0 start, including a 5-3 win over gold medal favorite Canada in the preliminary round, stopping 42 of 45 shots. The 5 wins, including victories over Switzerland and Finland in the quarter-finals and semi-finals respectively, brought the U.S. to the gold medal game, where they faced Canada for the second time. In the gold medal game, the U.S. lost 3-2 in overtime despite Miller's 36 saves, as Sidney Crosby scored the game winner in his second scoring attempt, after his first was saved by Miller. Team USA won the silver medal thanks to Miller's 5-0-1 record, and Miller was named MVP of the tournament. Miller finished with a save percentage of .946 and a GAA of 1.35. Miller also won IIHF Best Goaltender honors and was named to the All-Star team. After his selection to Team USA for the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi, head coach Dan Bilsma named Jonathan Quick the team's starting goalie over Miller and fellow Olympic teammate Jimmy Howard. Miller would go on to start one of USA's 6 games. In his one and only game, Miller made 17 saves as Team USA won 5-1 against Slovenia. Team USA did not medal in Sochi as Miller finished the tournament with a 1-0 record, a 1.00 GAA and a .944 SV%. Steadfast Foundation. Miller, along with his father Dean, started the Steadfast Foundation, which supports cancer patients and their families. Career statistics, regular season, playoffs, international, awards and honors, AHL First All-Star Team, Aldridge Baz Bastian Memorial Award, NHL, starter for the Eastern Conference in NHL All-Star Game, NHL Foundation Player Award, Vezina Trophy for Top Goaltender, NHL First All-Star Team, International, MVP of the 2010 Olympic Hockey Tournament, Best Goaltender of the 2010 Olympic Hockey Tournament, All-Star Selection of the 2010 Olympic Hockey Tournament, Records, Buffalo Sabres franchise leader in career wins, Buffalo Sabres franchise record for most wins in a season. Personal life, Miller married actress Noreen DeWolf on September 3, 2011. References. External links, Ryan Miller's official website, Ryan Miller's career statistics at the Internet Hockey Database, Ryan Miller's biography at Legends of Hockey, Ryan Miller's player profile at NHL.com, Ryan Miller at Eurosabres.com, Ryan Miller at ESPN.com.